How's everybody doing today, bro? Hope everybody's doing well. Activate the Shave Line King.
You are now listening to B-Town Beats. You are now listening to B-Town Beats.
Yo, what up, fellas? How's everybody doing today, bro? I hope everybody is doing well. It's your main man back in the building, bro. Feeling like stacks of a million, bro. The Shave Lion King, bro. And I'm back here, bro, to share with you guys what's something special today. This is very special to me. Okay, this is 4 years of hard mode semen retention, bro. I'm talking about 4 years of pure hard mode, real deal semen retention. Okay. And this goes for all the people in the back who don't understand on what I'm talking about. I'm going to explain it to you just in case you're new to the retention community. Okay. This means I have done the hardest thing that is for a man to conquer in his life for 4 years, full restraint in a radical world, okay, like the United States where we live, okay, where temptation is everywhere. It is the goal of the matrix to try to destroy man and bring him down, okay? And I have held, the test of time. I have kept my discipline in line. And now I have risen to this point in my life where I have now achieved self mastery over my sexual energy. I have transmuted it. Okay. I've unlocked convincingly different parts of my brain that I'm able to use through avenues of creativity, through mind power, thought, speech. Okay. All of these different things that I have gained. I'm here to inspire everybody else out there and let them know that they can untap these gifts, okay? Because we literally have all of these gifts. We're all special people, okay? I want you to understand that. We're all special people, all right? Some of us were created to give the message to the rest of the special people, okay? AKA wake them up, all right? And this is who I am. This is my job, okay? Now, like I said, I've gone 4 years with no pleasure. Okay. I want you guys to understand what this means. Okay. And this is why you can see it on my face. Okay. It's a glow. We talk about the glow. We talk about all the enhancements that you get for semen retention. Okay. You're looking at somebody who's on 4 years of hard mode. Okay. And we already know about my previous 2 years before that. Okay. So you guys understand that I'm a real retainer. All right. And when I'm telling you guys that I've gone 4 years, okay, with full restraint. Okay. I've never touched myself inappropriately. I've never watched anything that was going to make me be like, okay, I'm going to relapse. Okay. I don't do that. Okay. My mind has been pure probably 99% of the time. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I'm a human being. Okay. At the end of the day, I still reminisce on old things, but I never, ever put myself in the position or a predicament that I would cause harm to myself, okay? That I would do something and I would go back into that cycle. Matter of fact, is what I've done over these 4 years is I've gone back in my life and I've told you I've done a lot of healing, okay? I've done a lot of forgiving, okay? And I've forgiven myself for everything that I've done in the past. Okay, I've gone back and I've reached out in old relationships where even though I know I wasn't the person at fault or at wrong, I still reached out and I still offered my love and forgiveness. And you know what? This has helped me get to the point that I'm at today. Okay. I told you guys I have a weight that is off my shoulders. Okay. I can sleep good every single day. Okay. I don't, if the Most High were to come down here today and pull all of our cards and end the world, guess what? I'd be leaving with a smile on my face. Okay. And I can honestly say that. All right. Because I have done what I have needed to do. And now my job is to share the rest of the message with you guys. Okay. I'm talking about no pleasure. Okay. Absolutely no corn. Okay. No sexual thoughts. All right. No touching myself. All right. No release. No sex. Okay. No female company. All right. I'm talking about 4 years of restraining myself. Okay. And again, this was this investment that I took part in. Okay. That I had challenged the rest of the people out there who were in the semen retention community to join in. I told you I was going to do this. I was going to do it for myself and I was going to do it for y'all because, like I said, I got to the point in my life where I got tired of being tired. I wanted to be something better. I didn't want to ever be average again. And this is where I've gotten to. Okay. I'm at this point in my life. Like I said, I've achieved this mastery over the 4 years. And I'm here to share with you guys. I'm here to give you guys the energy and show you that it is possible, that you can change your life. Okay. That you can become this person that you never imagined, be full of energy, be full of life, be full of creativity, be full of passion. All right. Finding a new meaning for life. This is what I've done, and I cannot make it up, guys. All right. This is what I've experienced on my 4 years of semen retention. Okay. This is what I have accumulated. I feel so good. Okay. That I want to tell you guys to keep going on your journey. All right. I've learned so much, bro. I've gained so much knowledge and wisdom and understanding. All right. Like I said, you become all these different things I talk about in my videos, from the master of life to everything. All right. This is the truth, man. When you go on this road of celibacy, when you go on this road of going within and working on yourself and really trying to create that connection with the divine, this is the road and this is the blueprint that you will be provided. Okay. And as long as you keep this thing called discipline, all right, you're going to succeed. And this is what I have done. Okay. And it's been a miraculous, amazing journey, man. Okay. I would never go back to that lifestyle. Okay. And this is what I'm going to keep on preaching to you guys. So, what I'm about to do, you guys, is I'm about to play a little video for you guys. Okay. This video here is going to talk, a little bit about exactly everything that I've been telling you. Okay. Why you need to be retaining your seed, why you need to be guarding your seed vigilantly. Okay. This is super important in 2025. Okay. I've told you guys, man, this is the reason why the Most High gave me this message. This is why the Most High told me to go and do this. All right. And this is why we're here. All right. Because this was divine timing. This wasn't a coincidence. All right. All the things that are going on in the outside world, bro. All right, have showed us that it is absolutely not safe to be out there. Okay. And we understand we're out there fighting things that are unseen. Okay. I want you guys to understand that we're fighting things that are unseen. Okay. We're fighting a spiritual war out here, first and foremost. Okay. And most of you guys are out here thinking that you can come out here in this spiritual war and fight it physically, okay, and fight it, with your ego. You cannot do that, okay. And this is why you're going to lose every single time. In order to fight these spirits, in order to fight these entities, okay, you got to bring the game to their level. Okay. And that means becoming a pure person. Okay. This is why they come after us on semen retention. This is why I told you you attract all these different types of energies on semen retention, because it's the truth. Okay. They're coming for you at this point. Okay. Because now what you've done, you've gotten to, the root of the problem. Okay. You understand on what the spiritual war is all about. Okay. And now you're able to fight them. Okay. On a level playing field. All right. And this is what, raising your kundalini. This is what raising the chrism. This is what semen retention is all about. Okay. I told you it's a walk to find your higher self. Okay. In order to find your higher self, to fight, these super saiyans that are on much higher levels than us. Okay. We're going to have to level up ourselves in life. And this is what we're doing with SR. Okay. Because it literally does that. All right. When I tell you, it gives you, man, all of his abilities. I cannot make this up, you guys. Okay. You feel good. You look good. Okay. Your mind works sharp. You're always healthy. You're always learning. You're always putting yourself in a situation where you're going to learn and grow. Okay. You're not going to waste your time. Everything that you're going to put your effort into is going to pay you back. Okay. This is the mindset of a retainer. And this is why it's so important. Okay. It's important that the Most High has us on this journey at this time, you guys. You guys must understand that, man. Okay. Because I told you the enemy is out there using, okay, our other halves, our counterparts, as weapons against us. Okay. It is no longer safe, guys, to be out there. All right. Going to the clubs. Okay. Being on these apps. Okay. Being on these dating apps. Okay. Mingling with everybody that you see. Okay. Because I guarantee you, eventually temptation will set in. Okay. And this is what happens. You guys don't seem to understand that this exchange of energy is what carries this, the energy of bad karma on our lives. All right. And this is what the enemy uses. He knows our greatest weakness. He studied both sexes. Okay. And this is why we are being used against each other. And this is why you should be guarding your seed vigilantly. Okay. I'm telling you why. Right. Because the whole mission is to come and get that. Through that, they can destroy anybody. Through sexual immorality is the gateway to destroying any and everybody's life. Okay. It is the reason why we are in this fallen world today. Okay. The fallen angels came down here and they took of men. Okay. They took the women of men. Okay. This is why we're here. This is why we're in this situation. This is why there is no control. But you must understand there is always a turning in the time. Okay. And the Most High gave us this message on time, because it is time for us to morph into Power Rangers. It is time for us, bro, to change the frequency on the planet for the arrival of the Most High and his return. Okay. And this is what we are doing on SR. All right. And I want you guys to understand that. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to play a clip here for you guys, like I said. And this is a little bit of a longer of a clip. So in between certain points, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to make a couple of points. But everything in this video is to get you to understand and get you, give you a clear understanding on why you should be retaining your seed, bro. Okay. We already know this. We talk about this every single time I come on here and make these live streams. But this gets into a little bit deeper. Gets into stuff that they don't want you to know, stuff that was taken out of books. Okay. Things that were removed. Okay. Information from the book of Enoch, information from books that we are no longer able to get our hands on as regular people. Okay. And this is why we're being tricked by the modern information. Okay. They don't want you guys to understand on how important it is for us to be upstanding, okay, men of the Most High. All right. And that requires us to show extreme discipline so we can earn our crown, for we can earn our way into heaven. Okay. I told you guys what we're doing down here. This is a fallen world, bro. And you've fallen into all the temptations. Okay. But now that you hear, you got the message, you understand on what everything is about in the modern world. Okay. You're going to be taking this a whole lot seriously. So let's play this video for you guys real quick. And then like I said, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it.
Remember, boys, number one, stay away from women. Remember, boys, number one, stay away from women. All they want from you is your man juice.
Come on, I haven't got much left. Just give me a few days to heal, okay? Then we'll start again on the left hand and...
Me.
I beg your pardon?
Feed me. Feed me all night long. for. You can do it. You feed me trouble, feed me now.
I can't.
I'm starving.
Look, maybe I can squeeze a little more out of this one.
More.
There isn't any more.
Flesh, but he who is joined to the Lord is one spirit with him. Flee sexual immorality. Every sin that a man does is outside the body, but he who commits sexual immorality sins against his own body. Now listen to this. Please pay close attention to what I am about to share. It is mysterious power that is potent enough to defile the most dedicated servant of God if that believer is not extremely vigilant. When the scripture says they become one, it means there is a merging of the soul as they come together. Both joins together and are yoked. It is a sacrificial act where each of the couple's life stream merged together is opened legally to alien forces for manipulation. If one of the parties is wicked, the merger will result is both souls being corrupted. This applies to married and unmarried. This merging with other souls weakens the energy and potency of the soul. This was how Samson, the mighty man of God and judge of Israel, was lulled into a false sense of security as he engaged with the Philistine prostitutes and later Delilah. His soul was legally corrupted and open to manipulation by the Dagon priests. It was only a matter of time before he was reduced to zero level in the spirit. King David lusted after Bathsheba. That opened the door. What was the result of this soul merging? Notice how in Psalms 51 verses 1 to 9 are deep repentance contending for what he lost over those months. Lost what? Look at verses 10 through 12. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit in me. Do not cast me away from your presence and do not take your Holy Spirit from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation and uphold me by your generous spirit. Do you hear this man after God's own heart crying to God to be restored into the place he once knew? Read this. Another noteworthy Bible example is the incident at Peor, recorded in the book of Numbers 25. Balaam knew that if Israel walked pure before their God, sorcery was ineffective. He therefore gave counsel to King Balak. The result? Now Israel remained in Acacia Grove, and the people began to commit harlotry with the women of Moab. They invited the people to the sacrifices of their gods, and the people ate and bowed down to their gods. Have been established for the people who serve as territorial chiefs. A territorial chief is given leave of only 5 days a year to indulge in this human madness. These are the only days he can use his thoughts and lust as he desires. If married, these are the only days you can indulge in sexual acts with a wife. That was not a typo.
As you guys can see, a lot of information that we were misled on, okay? We understand, we see why this is so punishable by the Most High. We see why this is a straight, agenda that is being pushed on people in the modern day world. You see why there's corn all over the internet. You see why the clothes designers have designed the skimpiest clothes for people to wear, okay? And then use the puppet celebrities to, sell you these clothes, sell you this idea, further getting us to degrade ourselves, putting ourselves in dangerous risk, all right, of falling into this sexual immorality. And it's gotten all of us, okay? It's amazing on how young it's gotten a hold on these young kids today, okay? This is just the facts, man, okay? You guys got to understand what's going on here and what I see, all right? It's gotten the youth at a very young age, okay? And this hinders the growth. This is stunting, okay, our future. And you can see why this cycle keeps on going on. So my whole thing is to challenge you guys, get you guys to see, okay, from a maturity standpoint, if that be you, on what is going on out here. Are you willing to lend a hand? Or are you going to sit back and let your silence be your consent to what is going on in our world? All right. And understanding, if you do believe in the Most High, on how serious of repercussions that you're going to be getting if you keep going on out here playing around thinking this ain't real. All right. I told you, they made and they set up the society to make us think that there is no Most High. There is no creator. We're not being watched. Okay. Do what you want. Okay. Join this group, join that group. Okay. Sleep who you want. Do whatever drugs, alcohol, whatever you want. This is what they got you to believe. Okay. And now you can see how these things are destroying people's lives. Okay. Now you can see how these things are being highlighted because people have fallen into lower vibrations, lower chakra energies such as lust, greed, envy. Okay. These things keep you down in the spirit. All right. And this is why you are so susceptible to going out here and indulging in them. Okay. This is just the facts. All right. So I want you guys to understand that this is not a game out here. All right. This is why we are retaining our seed. You just heard him say that the most stand-up men, okay, we're talking about someone that I call myself, would only be permitted to be out in the real world with his wife and only be able to release his energy 5 times a year. I told you guys the other day in the last stream, I told you guys on how the animal life is. They're in harmony with nature. Okay. They have mating seasons. I told you dolphins are not swimming around in the ocean just mating with anybody. Okay. They have mating seasons. And I told you guys this is what we were supposed to do. All right. I told you guys at one point, men and women for the most part were separated. Okay. For we could focus and we could get things done. Okay. But they have created a society, cities. Okay. Moved us in. All right. Created social media, created television. Okay. Programmed us what they want us to be like. Okay. And this is what we have inherited. Okay. And unfortunately, a lot of us don't understand that this was a trap. All right. And there is a true divine. All right. And it's a reason why we're all in here on this message now. Okay. Because we're all connected. All right. This resonates with you. Okay. You are now finding yourself, okay, back to this frequency. All right. And this is just the truth. All right. We are in these times, we're seeing the way society has been treating us as a whole. Okay. And we're ready for great change. But I'm here to educate you guys. I'm here to show you guys, man, on why this is important. I'm also here to be an example and show you guys it's not the end of the world. It's the beginning of the world. Okay. I am reborn. I have rebirth. Okay. I'm a new person. All right. I will never go back to that low vibrational frequency person again. Okay. And this is what I'm trying to inspire you guys to do. So let's finish the rest of this video.
He was only 5 days each year. He only has 5 days each year. Any more than that disqualifies them from standing effectively on their altars. Any dream involving sex is a spiritual manipulation. Pornography is usually the tool used to access this door and invite the spirit. It has yoked millions around the world in spirit marriages. Many find themselves having sexual intercourse in their dreams, resulting in the men secreting semen. A portion of the semen is quickly harvested by spirits for use against those men later. Simple prayer does not scare away these demons as they legally claim their victim as marriage partner. To rule or exercise authority in the spirit, the person must live above soul manipulation. You cannot rule a territory if your soul is subject to manipulation. As a territorial witch, I was taught to watch my semen vigilantly because it is the only fluid which carries my life code. Exposing semen to defiled souls is equal to giving a stranger all your personal information. Information they can then use to open or access bank accounts, birth certificates, passports. Nothing is off limits. It exposes a man's soul and its seat of inheritance to multiple manipulation. To become a chief, one must have conquered all human desires. Human desires are considered weakness, which control men. Man can be controlled through all his weakness. This is why the Bible repeatedly warns man to crucify or put to death his flesh or human nature. When one is dead to the flesh, they are beyond the manipulations and can then exercise spiritual authority over other men. Simple prayer does not scare away these demons as they legally claim their victim as marriage partner. To rule or exercise authority in the spirit, the person must live above soul manipulation. You cannot rule a territory if your soul is subject to manipulation. As a territorial witch, I was taught to watch my semen vigilantly because it is the only fluid which carries my life code. Exposing semen to defiled souls is equal to giving a stranger all your personal information. Simple prayer does not scare away these demons as they legally claim their victim as marriage partner. To rule or exercise authority in the spirit, the person must live above soul manipulation. You cannot rule a territory if your soul is subject to manipulation. As a territorial witch, I was taught to watch my semen vigilantly because it is the only fluid which carries my life code. Exposing semen to defiled souls is equal to giving a stranger all your personal information. Information they can then use to open or access bank accounts, birth certificates, passports. Nothing is off limits. It exposes a man's soul and its seat of inheritance to multiple manipulation. To become a chief, one must have conquered all human desires. Human desires are considered weakness, which control men. Man can be controlled through all his weakness. This is why the Bible repeatedly warns man to crucify or put to death his flesh or human nature. When one is dead to the flesh, they are beyond the manipulations and can then exercise spiritual authority over other men.
You were made to conquer whatever life presents. You did it when you were sperm. How come you think you can't do it now? Emitted into a hostile environment with a competition of 100 million to 1 billion other sperms who had the same thing in mind. We gotta fertilize that egg. And when you made it, and I made it, and we made it, we were ready to come forth into life and face anything that life presents. And with the mind of a conqueror and the Spirit of God, anything that came our way in order to get where we are today, we had to come.
If we don't get control of the urge of sex, we can never rise to greatness. Or if we rise to greatness by getting control, then lose control, the sex will destroy your greatness, our greatness. Sex is, look at this now, it is the concentric circle from which comes the power to give life or death. That's why God is hard on sex offenses.
When a person carefully conserves their vitality throughout their life without much dissipation, the spark in their eyes is still strong, the glow in their face, the thick and healthy hair. There is an aura around such people, and it is rare to come across those advanced in age who have successfully held onto their life force. It is precisely this energy of life within the body that the practice of sex takes out. Once ejaculation occurs, a portion of that energy is lost forever.
And there it is, you guys. The breakdown, okay? The proof of what I've been telling you guys all along. And now you can see why it can, get transmuted and can be used for higher good, okay? I told you guys in one of my previous videos, I believe it's more to life than semen retention, bro. I was explaining something to you that all of a sudden the Most High just shows me this random video that somebody had said almost 15 years ago. And I've never heard anybody else talk about it and put it at the angle the way that I did. And lo and behold, here is somebody that already had left almost the exact same message. I told you guys, you're able to pull from infinite intelligence. Okay. I didn't get this from a book. These things just come in my head. These thoughts just come in my head. I start to put things together, and then I come on here, and whatever was in my head, I just let it flow. Okay. And you'd be surprised on how many correlations I've found with master teachers. Okay. I'm talking about some very powerful people. I've never heard some of the people say some of the things that I have. And all the stuff that I'm finding who said things that I've said are coming from these people who are on the master level. Okay. I told you what happens. I'm talking about an infinite, intelligence that you're able to pull out of. You don't understand on what this brain does and the capacity that we have in this brain. And this is why they want you to deplete this energy so bad. Okay. And you understand why the Most High punishes you for it, because the Most High is a good father. What father isn't going to discipline their children when they're being out of line? Okay. What father isn't going to be disciplinary? Okay. When people are stepping out of line. All right. This is what a good father does. And this is why you get punished for releasing your seed. Okay. This is why you have bad luck. All right. This is why you get the S, the T's, and the D's. Okay. This is why all of these different things happen to you, because this is not the way we're supposed to be acting. You forgot the beginning of that story. Okay. It's like we have amnesia. Okay. Every day we'll wake up and we'll swear we'll know the truth about life, but we don't apply the truth about life to our lives. And this is where we mess up. Okay. Because what good is knowledge if you don't do nothing with it? Okay. And that goes for all of you guys, all you people out there who so-called believe in your religions and claim that you believe in the Bibles. You claim you believe in that, but yet you have holes in every single thing that you do. Okay. You pick and choose from the information and you apply it to your life. And then you have the audacity to think that you're walking in the higher frequency. This is not the way things work. Okay. It's either the whole truth or no truth at all. I told you, you can't play both sides. Okay. It's a clear line in the sand, bro. There is a true creator. But at this time, okay, the true creator told you that the fallen were going to have a short amount of time to do what they're doing. Okay. And now you see why people are getting coerced. You see why people are being manipulated. You see why people are being recruited. You see why people, okay, are doing things that are out of character, okay, because the temptation is real, because the time is real, okay, the place that we're in our timeline is real. And this is why we are practicing these things called retention, okay. This is why we're doing this, bro, okay. I told you guys, man, in the video, go watch the video, bro. I told you guys there's more to life than semen retention. I told you that there's way more life to this, okay. Once you start to see and open your brain and you start to understand all these things are going on, you start to understand that there's other life. You start to understand that you survived another world and another life. Okay. You have your last life, bro. You were a seaman swimming through, the ocean of your mother and your father. Okay. And you survived. Okay. You survived for a reason. You were strong enough for a reason. And now you're here. Listen to me. Now you're here at the end of the game, bro. You're here at the end of the age right now, bro, about to create that same process, that same transformation, that same graduation, that same rebirthing, bro. This is what you're about to do into your next lifetime because you found this great secret of life. Okay. This thing that all of us were supposed to tap into because it takes us back to originally who we're supposed to be. Okay. Before we came out of the mother's womb and the flash of light got us to lose our memory. Okay. We all have our memory right now, bro, in a time where we're still those swimming seamen, bro. All right. In another body of life. This is what we're in. We're as above, so below. We're surrounded by water on both sides. Okay. For littles know, we could be inside of a cell, a firmament. Okay. The simple fact of the matter is, bro, this is what we're here doing right now in these times. Okay. And it signifies everything that we've learned up until this point. Okay. Everything that we're doing is for a reason. You have not wasted any time. Everything that you have learned up until this point has been implanted in your brain and is going to blossom at a later time. Okay. When you're ready. Okay. So I just want to prove to you guys that this is what we got going on out here, man. Okay. And why we should be excited to know that we are on the right path. Okay. We should be excited to know that we have something to go off of. Okay. We understand we're supposed to go back to nature. Okay. And we understand that we're doing things out of balance. Okay. We understand that we're depleted of sexual life force energy. We understand why. We understand we're being attacked by the food. We understand we're being attacked by all, the subliminals. Okay. All the imagery. We understand all these things now. Now it's time for us to take our life seriously and stop making excuses. It's time for us to start holding ourselves accountable because you know what that's going to do? The minute you start holding yourself accountable, those low vibrational people that you're going to go be around, okay, are going to see a change in you. They're going to feel a change in you, and that's going to activate them, okay? And this is the way this thing works. This is why we have a community, okay? Because we're sitting here showing you guys the facts, okay? And then we're having people in the modern time walking this walk, all right, showing you, all right, the proof, showing you on what they're going through. Okay. You're not going to find this anywhere else, bro. You're not going to find this on Netflix. You're not going to find this in a movie theater. Okay. This is something truly unique that is going to pay you back tenfold. The best investment that you could ever make in your whole entire life. This is what this is. Okay. And this is why I passionately tell you guys every single time I come on here, all right, this is what it is. All right. This is what you need to do as a man. Okay. Even if you have that significant other, even if you have that wife, okay, you need to get yourself back to 0 point, man. Okay. You got to get back to feeling how you're truly supposed to feel. Imagine how much greater, okay, that interaction is going to be. Imagine how much greater, All right, you're going to be of a father, of a lover. Okay, you got to think about this now. Okay, put in all that discipline and you start to go and you start to learn all of these things that I and many of us have learned. Okay, especially what I've been talking about for this last 4 years. Imagine what I've learned. Okay, imagine, you know, the eye that I have now, the respect I have now for both sexes. Okay, knowing that I'm restraining myself from that. Now I'm forced to look at people in a totally different light. All right, and I'm able to observe them, okay, from, you know, them being truly who they are and not an object that we've been taught. Okay, because, you know, we've let the sexual imagery, okay, make judgments and pass judgments on other people, and this is unfortunately how, you know, we live life in the modern day. So what I'm going to do, you guys, I'm going to play one more video here. Okay, and again, this is about my 4 years of retention. I'm playing things to you guys to get you guys to see that everything that I've told you, everything that I've played, okay, I've pretty much already gone through it. And this is the reason why I clip it. All right. And I want to play it to you because I want you guys to hear it, okay, from a different perspective. Okay. Not only mine, even though I know you guys trust what I'm saying because I've been truly authentic and genuine about what I'm doing. Okay. And you know, I'm documenting it. Okay. I'm proving it to you guys that these things are true. And then you hear other people saying it. So we understand these things are real, but I just like to have other people, you know, perspective. I like to hear different voices talk about different types of things. Okay. And this is the point of all these clips that I bring on here. So we're going to play one more. We're going to come back and talk about it. Give me a second.
Imagine if you felt within yourself at all times an infinite surge of energy. Imagine if this energy allowed you to achieve anything you wanted in life. That had led you to emerging as one of the greatest humans on the planet, capable of becoming an expert in any field where you set your eyes. Imagine if you had this infinitely powerful memory and never forgot anything you studied. What would you give for this energy? What if we told you that, according to the sages of ancient India, this energy can be obtained by not having sex? Some yogi and teacher, Swami Shivananda, wrote in his book, The Practice of Brahmacharya, about the importance of Brahmacharya, celibacy in thought, word, and deed. This exemplified for him that Brahmacharya is much more than just the retention of semen. Indeed, without maintaining celibacy in our thoughts and words, it is impossible that semen retention could be maintained in our deeds.
If I could teach
Without celibacy, no spiritual progress is possible. It is a potent weapon and shield to wage war against the internal evil forces of lust, anger, and greed. It serves as a gateway for the bliss beyond and opens the door of liberation. It serves as a gateway for the bliss beyond and opens the door of liberation. It contributes perennial joy and uninterrupted bliss. It is the only key to open the Shushumna, the chief among astral tubes in the human body running inside the spinal column, and awaken the Kundalini, the primordial cosmic energy located in the individual.
There, you just heard it. You just heard it. You just heard how to become a genius. You just heard how to untap the Kundalini in your energy. You understand on what this process now entails, bro. You understand that it's all about discipline. That's the way the Most High wrote it. I know you guys done seen Ready Up Player One. Okay. What was he trying to do? What was his objective? He was trying to get to the end so he can meet that guy and get the keys, right? Right? So he can unlock, you know, that world, which is what we're doing now is we're unlocking the matrix. We're Ready Up Player One. That's us. We're them. We're in that race. We all have our different cars. Okay. We're all thinking we have our own understanding and we all think that we're going to get there. And how many people failed? I want you to think about it. How many people failed? Because nobody was willing to put in the effort. No one was really to put in the discipline. Okay. No one was really to be different than everybody else. Okay. And this is the same symbology that we're living in this life right now. Okay. I want you guys to understand this is why we are here. Okay. You just heard him say what it takes, what it does to us. All right. You can't get this process to take place any other way. I want you to understand that there's no other way that this process is going to take place. Okay. The Most High decided to make this, you know, one of the hardest things to unlock in the game. All right. And this is why you see the temptation. You guys, it's not a coincidence. Come on, I need you to stick with me here. Why would there be so much temptation? Because they would have to put something out there, all right, that is going to get everybody's attention every single day, causing people to make a choice in their lives. And what has happened is what you can see is most of us have lost our godhood. This is just the facts, bro. Most of us have lost our godhood. Most of us have been persuaded. Most of us have fallen off. All right. There's a very small remnant of people out there, man, who stumbled upon this information and actually took it seriously and applied it. All right. And we're those people now leading the classroom. We're those people now ahead of the big, great awakening. Okay. When I sat here and told you that all of us could have done this, all of us still can do this. All right. But now we're further behind in the class. You guys got to understand this is 4 years of pure hard mode semen retention. What other 4 years and things in life that we go through and we get, tremendous rewards for? Oh, yeah, school. School, you go through high school for 4 years, then you graduate. College, you go to college for 4 years and then you graduate. You get a degree, okay? You are now mastered, okay, technically on what it is that you've gone through. And this is the same thing about retention. This is a huge step. Okay. We're talking about 6 years overall, but a 4 year, okay, current streak. I have now graduated from retention. Okay. And now what I'm here to do is to show you guys every single little detail that I've experienced that's helped me stay on my journey. Okay. That's given me the confidence. All right. It is giving me the motivation to stay focused. You guys must understand this is truly real on what we're living in. Okay. This is a real video game, bro. This is a real Hunger Games, bro. Okay. This is what we live in out here. This is really true, people. There's the rich of the rich of the rich that are causing and constructing this matrix. And they sit back just like the Truman Show on their big TV screens and they watch individuals' lives. They watch their struggles. Okay. Sometimes they, enforce different things in their life to see what kind of moves that we're going to make. They all know who we are. You got to understand that. All right. It's easy to understand on who people are on the dates that they were born. Okay. We were born in their systems. Okay. This is how why these things are being constructed and why it seems like the matrix is put together so well, because they know us, they know everybody. All right. And this is why we are doing what we are doing at the end of the day. Okay. Because we're awakening. Okay. We've had this knowing all along. Okay. But that voice in our head is getting louder. Okay. The little red guy on the shoulder is now, his voice is quieting down. And now this guy on the other shoulder, okay, with the bright light is getting brighter. Okay. This is what we're doing. Okay. And it's a graduation. It's an ascension. All right. From lower frequency energy to higher frequency energy. All right. This is what semen retention is all about. And I want you guys to continue to stay focused and understand, man, it's worth every single time that you've invested. Okay. Believe me on that.
From yoga, sexual energy is classified as a vital fluid, or rethas. Rethas is one of the Sanskrit words for seed or semen. Another word, interestingly, is virya, which can also mean strength or courage. By the practice of intense spiritual austerities, rethas is converted into ojas, which is considered to be a more subtle form of spiritual energy. According to Shivananda, once the vital fluid is converted into the spiritual ojas, this spiritual power manifests in the practitioner as an inner radiance, a quick intelligence, an immense willpower and vitality. He highlights that various saints and sages who have lived perfectly celibate lives across cultures and religions have glowing faces and magnetic personalities because they conserved the vital energy of ojas. Once the vital fluid is converted into the spiritual ojas, this spiritual power manifests in the practitioner as an inner radiance, a quick intelligence, an immense willpower and vitality. He highlights that various saints and sages who have lived perfectly celibate lives across cultures and religions have glowing faces and magnetic personalities because they conserved the vital energy of ojas. A man practicing unbroken brahmacharya for 12 years develops a special power. He grows a new inner nerve called the nerve of memory. Through that nerve, he remembers all, he understands all. When a man succeeds in the conservation of his sexual energy, his intellect reflects the image of Brahman. The man who carries this image of Brahman in his heart is able to accomplish everything. He will succeed wonderfully in whatever action he engages himself. In fact, power comes to him who observes unbroken brahmacharya for a period of 12 years. Complete continence gives great intellectual and spiritual power. Indeed, himself, as a result of his lifelong practice of brahmacharya, developed a photographic memory and never forgot anything he read. An enlightening incident in his life tells us about his memory. The story goes as follows. How are you? ¿Cómo estás? The story goes as follows. One day, a new set of the Encyclopedia Britannica had been bought. Seeing the new shining volumes, a disciple said to Swamiji, "It is almost impossible to read all these books in a single lifetime." He was unaware that Swamiji had already finished 10 volumes and had begun the 11th. Swamiji, what do you say? Ask me anything you like from these 10 volumes, and I will answer you all. The disciple asked in wonder, "Have you read all these books?" Swamiji, "Why should I ask you to question me otherwise?" Being examined, Swamiji not only reproduced the sense, but at places the very language of the difficult topics selected from each volume. The disciple, astonished, put the books aside, saying, "This is not within human power." Swamiji, the reabsorption of semen by the blood is the strongest nourishment, and perhaps more than any other factor, it prompts the stimulus of power, the unrest of developing greater strength as an outcome of self-control. Hence, a belief in the power of celibacy is not at odds with his philosophy. The only important difference is that he highlights the use of this energy in the form of sublimation as a stimulus of power, in his own words. This, he believed, was in contrast to the teachings of Christianity, where celibacy was ultimately a form of self-repression, of making oneself meek or even a eunuch. Indeed, Jesus advised his disciples to become eunuchs for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. The Indian approach of brahmacharya has always been about the gaining of more spiritual power in the form of ojas. His inventions were precisely the reason why he had to remain celibate. I recognize the importance that sex plays in the life of man. Nature has made its attraction irresistible to ensure the perpetuity of race. As for myself, I have found that the thinker is confronted with the problem of perpetuating either the species or the mind.
And you heard, guys, okay? My eyes got a little bit watery there, man, because y'all have no idea what I've been through, bro. Y'all have no idea what I've been through, bro. And literally, I have not told anybody what I've been through. I've held everything I've been going through in. No one has seen it. I haven't spoke a word of it, man. And I want you guys to know, man, like, without this practice, I would have lost my life, bro. Straight up. I wouldn't have had the energy. I wouldn't have had the willpower. I wouldn't have had the courage to come on this camera and do what I'm doing. I've had people try to break my life completely down. I've had people try to destroy me because I'm a happy person, because I'm a good person, because I've never hurt anybody. They want to tear me down because I'm a happy person with light. I'm a person who does nothing but everywhere I go, I make people feel good. And these people orchestrated a relationship with the person that I was with for a very long time. And this person tried to destroy my life. And this person is one of the main reasons that's helped me get this energy to want to live a better life and wanted to, experience true love. Cause I felt like I was with this person for, a good 14, 15 years and I was never loved by this person. I wasted 15 years of my life and I was never loved. And you guys wonder why I tell you that's what I've been looking for. You wonder why put my discipline, all my eggs in one basket. You wonder why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I've literally had that taken away from me. Okay. And 4 years of retention, bro. Wow. You want to talk about a change of life, man. You want to talk about, a growth. Man, I've been through so much. I'm just amazed that I'm still standing. Okay. I'm just telling you the truth, man. I'm amazed that I'm still standing, bro. And if it wasn't for retention, man, like I said, I wouldn't be here. And I'm very appreciative of what I've learned. I'm very appreciative of everybody who's been here and supported me through this, man, because this turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. And I mean that. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life, bro, because I totally was somebody who didn't have to work on himself, but I went back anyway because that's just what I do. I'm a natural empath. Okay. I'm a high vibrational, high frequency, high energy person. So I didn't even need to go back over my life. I didn't need to go really, really fix anything. I wasn't bad as half the people out there in the world, okay, at my base level. But this allowed me to really go back, man. And even though I thought I didn't need to change some things, I still went back and I fixed my life anyway. And guess what, bro? Look where I'm at today. Look what I'm doing. I this wasn't supposed to be me. I wasn't supposed to be doing this, man. Sometimes I don't even think I deserve this because I don't want to do it. I'm like forced on doing this. Most High forced me to do this, man. So that's all I want to tell you guys, though, man. Like this has been amazing, bro. It's been amazing, man. This has been amazing, man. And I'm doing this for what I want. I'm doing this for what I want in life. And I would inspire you guys to do the same thing, bro. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna cut this one short. I thought I was gonna go on, man, but obviously I had some stuff that's still like built up in there, man. Like I said, I've suppressed all of this stuff, bro, just so I could focus, just so I could go back and think I needed to fix my life. And honestly, I told you I really didn't need to. Yes, I wasn't perfect, okay, but this, like I said, this was a blessing in disguise because I went back and I fixed I became the greatest thing that I could ever imagine, man. I've inspired a lot of people. I get told all the time. So many of you guys write me, email me. You tell me about how your life's changed. And, it makes me feel good, bro. It makes me feel fulfilled because that's, fragments of love. Whether you guys see it or not, that's fragments of love. Okay. It makes me whole. Okay. Knowing that, my love that I transmuted from the pain, okay, is inspired and help somebody else. And that's the beauty of this thing. This is why I'm going to continue to do this, man, because I know it's the right thing to do. All right. I know it's the right thing to do. And I believe that the Most High has us all here for a reason. Okay. Because you guys, everybody who watches these videos, everybody's in this community, we're all each other's soul tribe. We're all each other's family, man. All right. We can't let the outside world draw, division between us and separation between us and segregate us. Okay. Based off of our skin color and our beliefs. Okay. Because we're all children of the Most High. Okay. We all make the world go round. We're all important. All right. We all have people who depend on us and need us in our lives. All right. And this is why we got to be the best that we can be. All right. So we can make the right decisions, not putting anybody's life in danger or jeopardizing anyone. Okay. This is the reason why we're doing this, man. We're tired of this world and what they're, the options that they're giving us. So we're creating our own path in life. And this is what retention does. So I thank all you guys that came up in here. I'm going to cut this one short today. I appreciate everybody that came up in here. You guys continue to retain your seed. You guys continue to stay strong out there. I love you guys. And I'm going to come back, in the next couple of days, and we'll chop it up again and we'll talk about it. Okay. I love you guys, man. You guys stay safe. Peace, fellas.